Welcome back to 4Beerzin. As always, I got Joe on my left.
Hello.
I got Rob in front of me.
Hello, mate.
And we've got a very special guest by the name of Terry. Directly in front of me, he's got a fantastic story that he's going to share with us today. So I'm going to go straight over to Terry here.
Oh, hello. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. Long-time listener, first-time guest. You know how it is. It's always a pleasure to be here. And it's a pleasure to be anywhere, really, when you look like me. So,
Face for radio is what you say.
face for radio. Yeah. That's it. I'm in my
That's why
element
we
right
all do this.
I am absolutely in my element.
That's why we haven't done a video podcast.
They don't need to be exposed.
No, the lenses crack every time we press record on them.
No, it's really good to be here. And I'm glad to be able to come here and share my story.
Sick. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
All right, where do we start? I am known as the Bagel Guy right now. In my current state, I guess, in life. I've got a bagel truck in Osborne Park. It's called Terry's Bagel Truck. I know, I spent a lot of time on that name. Terry's Bagel Truck. We're not world famous. We are what I like to call street famous.
Best burgers in the Southern Hemisphere.
The burgers are pretty good, but yes, we're known for a few things. Burgers are one of them. Bagels, and we've got a Turkish bread option called the Moat, M-O-A-T. It's called the mother of all toasties. Whoa. That is also very, very popular. And of course, the banter. They come for the banter. Look, the coffee's great. The food is great. It's very simple. And we see the same 250, 300 customers every day. And we love that. We love the fact that we just know everybody that rocks up. When Danny rocks up, we know that he's going to get a flat white. And
Don't stray too much from that.
we know he's going to get a flat white, and then he's going to choose either from the when he gets a bagel, he likes to get the ABC.
Yeah,
ABC. What's the ABC?
Well, I always like to give him the ABC, but I hold the D. Daddy, he doesn't like the D. It's the most popular bagel. It's called avocado. It's got avocado, bacon, and cream cheese, and it's an absolute winner. All day long, we're serving ABCs. There's a few other famous ones, but he loves his ABC. And then on the Thursdays and Fridays, he rocks up and he gets a beef burger.
Hey, changes it up.
He switches
Real
it
good.
up.
Well, they're only available on
Drinking
those
those
days.
nights.
Danny, he doesn't mind a brioche every now and then. Except whenever he rocks up, he goes, "Can I get the burger, please, on the broche?" So it's good. Yeah. So I'm known as the Bagel Guy. We've been there for 4 years. How it all started is I was in a different industry. I was in the shisha industry.
Cool.
So I was doing. I had a shisha cafe in Northbridge.
Yes.
Inside a car wash. So we had that. I was running that for about 4 years as well. And we did shisha, coffee, food. It was called the Hairy Persian.
Oh, yeah.
I named it after my ex-wife. So she's not here to defend herself.
Tanya.
Tanya.
So I
The
had
hairy
that.
Tanya. Sorry, hang on. That should be a bagel. The hairy Tanya.
The Hairy Persian.
The hairy
the
Persian.
Hairy Tanya.
Hairy Tanya is a
We
bagel.
could do that.
Tanya.
What would we put on to sort of
Make it
Make
hairy.
the hairy.
Yeah, make it hairy.
I don't know, like shredded carrot or like shredded.
Yeah,
or
that's a
something
good
like
idea.
that.
Well, we had the Ed Sheeran bagel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I put carrot in there because I'm a big Ed Sheeran fan, and I had sliced shredded carrot in there, and a lot of people would ask, "What makes it the Ed Sheeran?" I'm like, the carrot, obviously. That's it. Yeah, the character, the ginger. So that was a bit of fun. But yeah, maybe I'll put the Tanya. Or the
Tanya.
We should definitely do the Danny. The
Tanya.
last time we put a customer's name on one of our items of food,
It went off.
it went off. It did. It literally went off, and every man and their dog was ordering it.
The ABC Danny.
I'm
Danny
not
Dog.
I
That's
don't-
what I got told once.
We're doing
I would-
we do hot dogs on the Tuesdays. We should do the Danny Dog.
Yeah.
Danny
Yeah.
Dog.
Because I was in a situation once where I was at a person's house many years ago. You know how they say people look like animals?
Yeah. What do you look like?
Well,
You're a bit of a dash hound.
well, you're close, yeah. Not the dash out, but this person looked at me and said, "Oh, yeah, you look like Danny Dingo.
Oh,
Like you
Danny
look like
Dingo.
a dingo, like Danny Dingo." I was like,
Who's Danny
yeah.
Dingo?
And then he goes, "Well, I'm just a dingo.
Oh,
You're a dingo.
Yeah, it's my name.
And his name
then
is
the
Danny.
animal.
Yeah.
And the animal." And this guy looked at me and I was looking at him and I was just going, don't ask me what you look like. Just don't ask me. Please don't ask me. And he goes, no, what do I look like? I go, I can't tell you, mate.
No.
And I dragged it out for ages. And then he goes, what do I look like? And I just went, mate, I don't want to tell you this, but you look like a pelican.
Pelican.
Because he had a really long nose.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And he
dude.
had like
goodness.
curly blonde hair. He just looked like a pelican.
Wow.
So pelican's face on a human, yeah. So what do you say there? You can't lie and go,
No.
oh, you look like a swan.
Well, Pete, was his name Petey? Petey Pelican?
Because of
A
pelican.
swan's better. I don't know. It's just all birds, aren't they?
We're not going back to fucking birds and bears,
No,
and bears
no
now,
bears.
please.
No bears.
I was quite happy with mine. That's why I felt bad. So I'm like, yeah, I'll be a dingo.
So-
Danny Dingo's good. That's
Yeah, I
actually
thought that was
we get
really
street
cool.
cred with that. Like you could
It's
do
like a
Danny
merch.
DJ
Dingo.
name. It's a
He
DJ
could do
name.
merch. Danny Dingo.
Danny Dingo. Oh, yeah, Danny Dingo dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
Danny
bloody
Dingo.
pelican.
Oh.
But he writes, oh no, it's puffin.
But how would I make a hot dog?
Danny Dog.
special?
Well, it'd have to be a chipolata, wouldn't it? Sorry.
Yeah, it'll have to be it's a cocktail Frankfurt.
Sorry.
Should be
It was there.
Danny's dog's biggest hot dog in the Southern Hemisphere.
Well, we don't want to get done for false advertising. It can't be false. It has to be legit.
Probably the best.
We need
The
your
hot
time
dog.
to write in and
Probably
tell
the
us.
biggest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Probably
want to know
the
that
biggest
information.
hot dog.
No,
Like,
it'll be the corn chips.
Yeah,
we
but-
put Doritos. We put Doritos in our hot dogs.
Hey.
so good.
Because one day I ran out of onions, right? I was like, fuck, what do I do now? I saw a bag of CC's, just crushed them up, threw them in there. And then
idea.
everybody was like, oh, I love what you did with the Doritos. And I was like, yeah, it's our thing. Yeah,
Nice.
It's what we do. And now it just sells. Everyone's like, oh, I love
Sick.
Doritos. So maybe we could say the Doritos are the Danny Dorito.
Danny
Danny
Dorito.
Dorito.
Yeah.
Danny
Danny
Dorito.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This is like Danny DeVito.
Yeah, but
Hey.
taller,
Yeah.
taller though.
taller.
Yeah. Only your mothers can tell you apart. Yeah, look exactly
Yeah,
the
you
same.
look,
So I think I could put it on there, and it would sell. The Danny
He's
dog.
talking to
The
town.
Danny dog.
Yeah,
There we go.
Let's do it.
Town.
Watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. Coming soon to a bagel truck.
You've
in
heard it here
Osborne Park.
first. 4Beerzin.
So if you're in Osborne Park, and if it's between the hours of 6 a.m. and 1:30 p.m., please, Monday to Friday, please come to Terry's Bagel Truck. We need your business. We're just a small business trying to. I'm kidding. We're flat out. Don't come. don't come. In fact, just yesterday I was talking to my staff saying, guys, we need to make changes because Thursday, Fridays, the wait times for bagels are creeping up to like 30, 40 minutes. I said, it's getting ridiculous. So we need to actually cut customers. So I'm going to start actually picking and choosing.
With
who
you,
I
Dad,
want to
first.
Don't put ideas. Don't put ideas in his head.
Next time I see someone walking along like from 100 meters away, I'm going to be like, nah, they're not getting a bagel. They're not getting a bagel. So it's convenient. We've got 15 people in the queue and then we're just like, oh, we're out of bagels, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, oh, no, yep, I got it. And the next one comes along, yeah, you want a bagel? Sure, go on.
50, yeah.
it's gonna be
one
just
in,
like
one in, one out.
Yeah, it'll be like a nightclub line and we can just prejudice against
So
based on looks.
the address though, where do we go to
34 Hassler. That's right.
Yeah.
What I like to say is follow us on Insta,
yeah.
right? Review us on Google and hassle us on Hassler. See what I did there? See what I did there? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It cost,
That's pretty bloody good.
cost me a lot of money to get that address. Just for that. So
That's
yeah,
bloody good,
34
that.
Hassler. So we used to be on behind it. Now Hassler happens to be the address for Channel 7, right?
Yep.
So we're just a couple of blocks away from Channel 7. Not even a couple of blocks, less than 100 meters. We used to be on Walters Drive, which was on the back. 4 years ago, we went to Walters Drive by accident because I was doing a gig two offices up at AISWA. We did a lunch gig there, and I thought, man, the people here are fantastic because we royally fucked up their burgers and their bagels. Like we made,
They kept coming back.
it was a whole hour lunchtime, and we were so bad at what we did. And yet they called me up and said, hey, can you come back next week? I was like, are you sure you want us back? Because that was my first sort of run.
Yeah.
And I said, these guys are fantastic. Osborne Park is the shit. Like, I want it. Let's just go for a drive and see if we can find another location. We went for a drive up the road, found number 35. And I called the guy up. I said, hey, I want to park my food truck here. He goes, how do you know you're going to make money? And I was like, that's a strange question to ask. But he asked that question, and I gave him a pretty okay answer. We negotiated a deal, and we ended up staying there. Within 3 days, I had a line out the door. And I had the lady from Dome walking up to me the day that I was putting the flags out to say, hey, we're opening up. She walks up and she goes, what do you think you're doing? And I said, I just putting my flags out. She goes, you can't just come here and start selling coffee and stuff. I said, are you the coffee mafia? Do I need to, is there going to be a horse's head in my
Wow.
I said, what do you mean? She goes, what makes you think that you can come here and start selling bagels and start selling coffee, and you don't have to pay rent? I said, whoa. What makes you think I'm not paying rent?
Yeah.
Do you think this is just like some sort of shotgun thing where I just rock up, hope for the best, and just sell as many coffees as I can and
It's
then
not a
piss
caravan out the back.
No, it's all legit. Would you believe 6 weeks later she was out of business?
Wow.
Not even kidding.
Wow.
Had nothing to do with me though. Mineral Resources. I like to take the credit. Mineral Resources bought their building. She probably got a really good payout and then pissed off.
Yeah.
Ever since then, touch wood, whatever, we have just gone up and up and up because
Amazing.
It's a very simple formula. Just make good food, good coffee, and give good service, and they'll keep coming to you. And that's what I told the lady as well. I said, you shouldn't worry about us as competition. There's plenty. I counted the cars on the street before I even parked there. There was about 400 cars I was like, that's more than enough to satisfy I had a very small van. Well, things have progressed, and now I've got the biggest food truck in WA. There you go. Yeah, I got 4 words: walk in, cool room.
Yes.
So it's pretty big. We had to get the bigger truck because we had a line out the door. But where we were happens to be where the Hutton Street extension was going to be. So they said, where we got it. When we tell you to go, you got to go.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, sure, no worries. 4 years later, they told us we got to go. So, and I was like, oh shit, what do we do? Everybody on the street offered their car park. And they said, oh, yeah, come to us, Terry. Yeah, you've been here. You're a goddamn institution, Terry. So I was like, look, guys, it's very sweet of you. Thank you. But your car parks just aren't enough. I need a lot of room. We've got a lot of people now. So I went for a drive. Happened to be on Hassler. There was an entire building that was for lease. And I was like, I'm just going to take my shot. Who cares? I just offered the guy to lease the entire building just so that I can get the car park.
Yeah.
And he said yes. I mean, it took me a little bit of convincing, but he said yes. So we did that, and now 8-9 months later, we've got a secure home for the next 4 years or so, and it's looking good. So I do encourage anybody, come down, look us up on Google, Terry's Bagel Truck, and on Insta. We're not very active on Insta, but I wouldn't. It's not that we don't want to. It's just all my customers are 200 meters this way, 200 meters that way.
Yeah.
So we don't need to be too active. And we've got the likes of Danny. We've got a lot of corporate guys. The problem is with the corporates, they just don't eat enough. I mean, they don't eat. You guys are the stingiest bunch. When the tradies come in, they're here 3-4 times a day. $10 here, $20
breakfast,
there.
lunch, and dinner.
I mean, the corporates rock up and they look at the menu and they're like, how much is a coffee?
You've got to lift your game, Dad.
No, they're great though. They're great because they're consistent. You just know they're just always going to get a flat white.
I don't get my coffee from anywhere else.
No, of course you don't. And why would you?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
I always tell them, here's your flat white delivered by a busty brunette. So we survive on the corporates, and then every now and then we get a couple of new faces every day, and that's where the real action comes in. We just give them service. We make them feel like VIP, like they're the best guy out there, and they love it. They walk away very happy, very satisfied. And I always tell people, I don't have a lot of talents in life, but when you look like me, you need to be able to entertain or make them laugh or do something, because you sure as shit can't rely on your looks.
I think with Terry is that he knows your name.
Well, it took a while for Danny. I was like, is it Danny? Is it Danny? No, it's fine. No, the thing is, if you always come and you always order a coffee, we don't take names for coffees. We only take names for food orders. And because he was such a cheapskate, he always used to get his coffee like paid for by one of his colleagues. That's what he does is he does the whole,
I forgot my wallet again.
That one. Oh, not that one again.
No, I'm absolutely joking. He was a food buyer from day one.
Thank you very much.
He was never a cheapskate, but it's worth a laugh. It's good.
I was there.
So it's good. So ABC, back to your original question, what's the most popular one? the avocado bacon cream cheese. Outside of that, we also do a pretty good Reuben.
Yes, yeah.
Lady came the other day, asked for it. She goes, "What's a Reuben?" I said, "Lady, if you don't know what a Reuben is, don't order it. It's just, I mean, it's probably not your thing right now. It is just like slice, like a lot of meat in there, a lot of sauerkraut, cheese, mustard, relish, sourdough toast. I mean, is anybody else hungry?
Yeah, I'm getting hungry.
I'm starving
No,
now.
that's it,
Getting a little bit hungry.
Well, funny enough, we got a bagel. No, we don't.
With that, and here's something we prepared earlier.
Yeah, something we got.
But would you believe people still rock up and they'll spend a few minutes looking at the menu and they'll be like, "What's a bagel?" And it blows me away. I'm like, "Honey, it's just bread with a hole in it. That's it. You don't need to."
But I never ate bagels until your truck come around.
Is that right?
I never had a bagel
So
till your
I
truck come around.
Popped your bagel genity.
Yeah. I know. Have you
Yeah.
guys had a bagel before?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh.
Did you know that? How bad do you feel?
Where from? It
I
wasn't
went-
Terry's.
I went to New York. You have to have a bagel in New York.
We get that all the time.
Really?
Oh, I had a bagel in New York once. I was like, "Really? Tell me the story
mine
about
tastes
this
like
one."
shit. Mine tasted was like right at the bottom, and there was like sewer water that tasted. And one part of it, it tastes real rank.
Really?
Yeah.
It's funny. Look, it really is just bread with a hole in it. Okay. Obviously, there's other ways to make bagels, but here in Perth, it's just the bread. So what we get it a lot where people they'll scrunch up their face, and I'm like, "Honey, it's not octopus testicles. It's just the bread."
Yeah.
You know. And the ingredients are pretty simple. You know what ham is, right? You know what salami is, right? You know what bacon is, right? Just order whatever you want to do. It's fine. It will not.
bread, yeah.
It will not absolutely, take you to another dimension. It's just a sandwich in a sense. But we get that, and one of the first things they say is, "Oh, I had a bagel in New York once."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's great. Well, you're in Osborne Park." So. and the second thing is...
Pressure's on.
But
is
my
it?
favorite one is, "Oh, do you do like the salmon and the bagel and the salmon and the capers?" And I was like, "Listen, honey, okay, no, because we're not in Claremont, okay?"
Yeah,
And
good
it's
point.
not to say that I didn't. I did at the beginning. I did salmon and capers. It was on the menu. Nobody ordered it. Everybody just wanted bacon, bacon, or bacon. I ended up having to throw out a heap of salmon for 2-3 weeks in a row.
Can't go wrong with bacon.
You can't go wrong.
Nah.
Nah.
Who
Go
has,
the bacon.
no one has ever said, "I don't want bacon." They've said, "I want crispy bacon," like certain Karen.
I know, not me.
Oh, yeah, we've got to talk about the goat. I was going to say, even my Tanya, like she even smells bacon, and she's like, "I want bacon."
Yeah.
And she's a vegetarian,
Yeah, we do a lot of kilos.
but she wants bacon.
She wants
I thought you were going to
The
go, so give it to
smell.
her.
It's not that sort of show, Danny.
Yeah, I know, the bacon, I mean.
the smell. It will bring everyone in. So you can't go
Tanya.
wrong. How many? Do you think you've got a high proportion of vegetarians in your demographic?
Oh, there's a few.
I have no idea, to be honest.
There's a few. We've got a few.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Well, we get a few. We get a lot that rock up that say vegetarian. Happy to cater for them.
Yeah,
don't
you
get
got
me wrong.
vegetarian
I
stuff,
got
yeah.
no problem with vegetarian stuff. What I don't get is the ones that rock up and they say, "Oh, I can't do bread."
I do bread.
Listen, where are you right now? You can't do bread.
So it's corn chips then.
It's well, I'm just.
This is about it.
What I like to do is
Pretty
is
much.
like
Oh,
a-
sausage without bread. You
yeah,
can do that.
we could do that.
Sausage and corn chips and.
Well, we do.
That could
we
be the
do
Big Danny.
We got
Or
the
the Danny.
That's the day.
the Danny dog.
The Danny
Danny
dog.
dog.
Danny
Just a
dog
sausage.
without the carbs.
Yeah,
Without,
you
Danny
could. There you go.
The Danny
The Danny dog with less
the
protein.
carbs. Hey, you could be like
DD
the,
carbs, no carbs. DD, no
the low
carbs.
carb
DD.
Danny. Danny
The
version of low
DD, the
carb.
double D.
The double D. You want the double D?
Don't want the double. The big D.
With corn chips.
The
corn
big
chips.
D. Although,
Don't
not-
worry, it's gluten free and vegan.
Do you have a bagel called the Karen?
Oh, man, we should definitely do one.
What a good ride.
That is such a good idea.
So maybe if you've had a Karen come in, maybe you could just say that one can now become the Karen.
No, I could do it a Karen bagel, and in the description,
Do
there's
not
nothing
complain.
In it.
Yeah, I was going to say it's just
There's
plain.
nothing in it, so that you can't complain.
Yeah.
It's literally
You
like
can't
just
complain.
empty, just an empty silhouette, and we'll say, "I tell you what, you tell us, honey. you tell us. Let's minimize the cover."
Be like Subway then.
we could call
Not
it.
sponsored by Subway.
Yeah, no, I'm. You know
Because
what?
that's when if you're choosing your meals like
Yeah.
that, you're
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much
yeah.
at Subway.
Yeah.
There's no other restaurant.
We've got a list. We've got an internal list with the staff. We know there's a few customers that we do not suggest anything to them anymore. Not that we don't like them. We love the customers, but we don't
just know,
suggest anyway because we know that they're just going to do, nah, I don't like that. Nah, I don't like that. You know what? I tell you what, step back from the till, move along, get out of the line, have a look at the menu. We will remake anything you want. And we'll make it to your, if you want 3/4 of a slice of salami, I will do that. Okay?
Have you ever had that? Like
We've had.
where someone said, I just want this amount.
I
That's it.
shit you not. I want 1/4 of a spoon of sugar. 1/4. I said, mate, do you want me to count the granules? Like I can count each individual granule.
You know, just
for
say,
you.
look, mate, if you don't want sugar, just say.
Just say it. I'll do 1/4. So you get it. If you see 300 people a day, one a day is going to be absolute weirdo. But it's fine. Like nothing's set in stone. I'm happy to make whatever you want.
Yeah.
But if you're going to ask us for a suggestion and then we give you a suggestion and you say, I don't like it, you should have led with that. You should have come in and say, hey, listen, I'm a really fussy eater. So don't get offended or anything. I'm just going to make something as it is. And I said, cool, I'll do it. Why wouldn't you? You know?
Sounds like hard work.
It does,
Giving,
but
like, different questions and going, can you do 1/4 of this, half of this?
Yeah, I love nothing more than the regulars that are just like, I don't care, make me whatever. It's so good.
I'm hungry.
Because I'll just take a look at the bread basket. I'll be like, what do we got? Heaps of. And then, and don't get me wrong, the bread is fresh every day. We get bread delivered, so we run out of bagels every day. Because we don't freeze our bagels. Every other cafe might, pull out a bagel X amount from the freezer. We don't freeze them. So we try and order enough for it to run out. So my job is to make sure that all the breads run out equally by the end of the day. And so that we're not constantly saying, oh, we're out of this, oh, we're out of that. And
There's nothing worse than that, is it? When you go somewhere and they're out of stuff.
Well, I've been to some chicken franchises. I won't say which, so we don't get in trouble.
we can't say that.
But then they've said, "Oh, sorry, we've run out of chicken today."
Yeah.
It's like, you're a chicken franchise,
chicken store.
so they just sell you chips, and you're like, "You're not a chippy." You're like, "You're a chicken store."
Have you run out of chicken? What's happened?
No, the bagel truck runs out of bagels regularly.
Regularly. I'm just trying to get your eyes.
Well, we'll probably have to wrap up.
If I was going to say,
episode.
we were talking just before about possibilities of some famous people onto the podcast. I mean, you might not have heard it before, but you might have
Heard it here on 4Beerzin.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we were talking about a certain someone that
certain
perhaps
ex-footballer that happens to be a regular customer of ours.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
we can
pretty
talk
cool.
to him. I don't want to. Should we mention his name? No, we
I
won't
don't know.
mention
It's up to you.
I don't, maybe we'll keep the name under wraps, but all I can say is 4-time All-Australian.
Yeah.
So
AFL
yeah, we could
superstar.
definitely get him in. Oh, look, he's messaging me right now. God, he's like a stage 5 clinger. we could definitely message him.
Could send him a text
and tell him to come in and have a chat because he's kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
me, like me. Like,
He's an amazing player. He's amazing.
yeah, he's
player.
really good.
Is he good?
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
Was he?
Oh my god!
How
he was
old is he
great.
then?
So he's retired now.
Yeah, so what is he, 30?
No, he's like, I think. Let's pull up. We'll do a quick little Google, and I'll
Yeah,
tell you what
Google.
age he is. I'll tell you what age he is.
Phenomenal
I'm pretty sure it's 81,
football player.
43. Yeah, he's
43 as
81.
well.
43,
81.
yeah.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. That's all
That's
right,
it.
yeah.
Oh, look, he's a good-looking lad. I'd let him touch me.
Well, you've been here first.
4Beerzin.
Terry's Bagel Truck, fingering bagels since 2020.
Just again, where can we catch you? Where can we hassle you?
So you can hassle me
Yeah,
on
where can we
Hassler.
hassle
30,
you?
34 Hassler Drive. But look, guys, I get it. Everybody works. But on the days that you call in sick, you can always pop in and visit us, all right? So it's
Do you do Uber Eats?
No, we don't. No. And we don't do online ordering because it's just too difficult.
Yeah.
We don't know when we're going to get busy and then
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough,
priority.
yeah.
But by all means, come down. Come and see us at the truck. Have a bit of fun. I'm usually singing, and I apologize for that, but it's the only way I can sort of drown.
Don't ever apologise.
No,
Yeah.
Dan sings on here often. If you want to sing a song for us now,
Don't
yeah,
ever apologise
do
for
it.
No,
singing.
Yeah.
I can't do. Can you turn it up a bit? No, I am an exhibitionist, but it's really just to take the attention off the face.
I normally sing the same lyrics of the same song.
Again and
They
again.
may or may not be
Patrick
correct.
Which one is that song? Is that that old school song? I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole. That's the song.
I sing lots of songs, don't I?
Oh, yeah. We got a long way
If I
back.
was a singer, if I had professional training, like.
You remember the Labyrinth?
That's
You remember
how I look at
Labyrinth?
that.
You used to sing the David Bowie songs.
Which one? David Bowie?
Yeah.
Dance Magic.
Just dance, dance. Is that the one?
Nah, that is a song, though.
That is David Bowie. Yeah.
That is a David Bowie song.
Let's
Yeah, dance.
That was
That
shot in,
is.
shot in WA. That's
Was that
where-
shot in WA?
It was shot in a pub out in rural Australia somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's WA. It was one of those old school pubs. Really, really. And the thing is, I think there was a dingo there.
Danny Dingo, full circle.
Daddy dingo.
Oh, no, there you go.
I'm
Nice
pretty
boy.
sure there was a
Famous.
dingo there. It was either a dingo or it was Ernie Dingo there.
Shout
out to Ernie Dingo.
Check that one.
Shout out to Ernie Dingo.
Sounds good. Yeah, good shout out to Ernie Dingo.
Been
You know,
amazing to have you on,
think he's
mate.
a
Oh,
WA.
it's been an absolute pleasure.
We
yeah.
should get Ernie Dingo on the show.
We should try. We're definitely trying to do that.
Hey, he's in town.
Yeah, he lives here.
He lives
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
lives here.
Yeah, I don't know if he's on Insta, but I'll flick him a message.
You know what? I've probably got his details.
Yeah, you
as
probably
well.
got him just like,
Hey, listen, I know
just
a
do a
lot
bulk
of people.
text. Do a bulk text.
Yeah, we're right next to Channel 7, so I'm pretty sure he's got a contract with Channel 7.
Nice.
We can do something. Hey, listen, I
we're gonna
know
make
a
that
guy, and he drinks a long Mac almond. I didn't know they made that, but I could talk to him. I'll
So
tell
give him a
him.
free double D, Danny Dingo, and
I want to see this on the menu.
Danny Dingo, Danny Dingo.
It should happen.
Coming soon to a podcast near you.
You're a legend, mate.
There you go.
Well, 4 beers in.
Four beers in.
Cheers.